Guys, welcome to the Big Man's Cabana. I'm your host, Matthew Lepore, and I'm on with one of my best friends, Cody Lutz.
Hello. How we doing?
I'm sure if you guys watch the Stuttering in Silence podcast, you have seen Cody. He was just recently on too. It was the podcast Who Wins with Cody Lutz,
where I broke a chair.
That was actually hysterical. Which
for some reason we still haven't cleaned up.
Yeah, no. Why would we clean it up?
It's an aesthetic.
Dude, so I did a podcast, but I have to redo it, but I did one with Taylor and Christian, and they were here, and they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, literally yesterday. Or we did it that Wednesday. That Sunday we had our Friendsgiving.
The worst part was, like, I didn't lean back too hard. I literally just, like, sat back like how I am now, and it was already broken, and then all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm fine.
Well, no, it was partly my fault, because when we were recording one with Gavin and I, and it was virtual, and I didn't realize how far back I was from the wall, so I was like leaning back against the wall, and then it cracked like this corner, and then I think you just leaned back expecting it to hold more weight. Like, we got this table and the chairs for $5.
Yeah, dude, we just picked it up when you guys were starting the podcast. Not starting, but like I think it was like halfway through your season 1 of Stuttering in Silence.
Yeah,
we were doing the coffee talks at Gavin's.
Yeah. I mean, Stuttering in Silence is now officially back in person too.
Yeah.
So,
which is great. Which
is really, really, really good. I love when everything's in person. I think it definitely adds a better aesthetic. But speaking about aesthetic, Cody, you are pretty infamous in this area. I have ran into multiple people who go
always having my phone dead.
Well, yes, your phone is always dead. It's still dead.
Apple products. My phone has been charging for 20 minutes and it still is not turned on. Fix it.
There's this guy that I just recently listened to. He was on Flagrant with like Andrew Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, I can't remember his name, but I'll find it and put it up. He's like talking about like building his perfect phone, and he's like, Apple battery is just ass. It's just straight ass.
You can pick everything with Apple is fine, but the battery.
Yeah, literally. And he's like, he would have chosen like the Google screen, the Apple camera, the Apple processor.
I like the Pixels.
Well, he did say that for still frame.
But I'm more talking about the editing aspect of it.
Of what, the Pixels?
Yeah, because you can take away anything you don't want in the background. And
he was saying
fix old photos, which is dope.
Yeah, he was saying still frames he would have chosen the Pixel, but you can do really nice 4K on the Apple products, which is kind of cool. But getting into it here. Now, your industry, I guess my industry too, but you're way more into it in that end.
The bar
scene.
Liquor. I barely even know her.
The amount of times I say that in a day is just not okay.
The worst dad joke in this industry.
Yeah, but it's...
And I'm here for it.
But it's funny. But, yeah, so, like, I know, like, last night, you probably got out of there at, what, 3 in the morning?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, it was a busy night for the bar.
Yeah,
like, you guys weren't crazy busy after like 7:30.
I would say so, yeah.
But we were just picking up. We were busy as hell. I had to be behind the bar 90% of the night. Sorry, I thought these were the same pants I wore. I know I left my money in my pants last night.
Oh no, what?
100% left my bar money in my pants last night.
Your dad gave you money last night?
Mm-hmm.
Just threw it in my pocket, and he goes, for the wedding. And I'm like, for the wedding? What? And then like an hour later, he goes, wrong mat. I'm like, oh, damn it. It was...
How does he... Okay, listen.
I don't know.
You go from a 52-year-old man to a 23-year-old man-child. There's no correlation.
He threw it. He literally just didn't even say anything. He just put it in my pocket and goes, thank you for the wedding. And then leaves. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is going on? And then like an hour later, he goes, no, I meant Matt the bartender. And I was like, ah. But, so what would you say is the biggest struggle? Snapple. We got those like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. This was the last one in your fridge.
That's fine. I think Amanda and Ryan and all them were drinking them. But so in your industry, as like being the bar manager, being that dude in there, what is like the biggest struggle that you see on people?
People just suck. They just don't. COVID, in my opinion, COVID created such a gap between the service industry and the people at this point.
Interesting.
Where there's two different aspects to it. One, the people understand it, or the other way, nobody understands it. because they were pouring for themselves. They don't know how to pour, so they're pouring quadruples in their drinks and like, this is what it's supposed to taste like. So then when they get a double, they're like, it doesn't even taste like liquor. Well, that's kind of because you became alcoholics during COVID. Everyone was trying the wine sampling cases, the whiskey and bourbon sampling cases. They were drinking all the time because they were they were partying with whoever was in their house or whoever they trusted enough to be in their house at that time.
That makes sense.
Because don't get me wrong, I had 7 people in my house at that time because I had me, my mom, Caitlin, my dad, Jordan, Tori, and Dan.
Yes.
And then 4 dogs. 5 dogs.
Yes.
4 dogs.
Yeah. There 2 and then
R2 because we didn't have Ollie at the time.
Oh, right.
But we got him that November after lockdown and everything. But we were always, because we had so many people, I was working out in the garage because I had a full weight set and everything in the garage.
I remember buying those with you.
Yeah.
Going with you for that. Yeah.
So, like, my life, yes, it changed. But, like, during COVID, I was the call guy, the cook, the curbside guy, the bartender when we started doing alcohol to go for the slushies, which 90% of bars did when that happened. Only on like 1 or 2 days a week I was all those things. The other times all the other managers were there. But the gap between the people in the service industry definitely, in my opinion, widened because nobody really understands anymore what it's like because they weren't able to go out. They weren't able to eat out. They weren't able to do so many, not even so much eat out, but they weren't able to sit down in a restaurant. The social interaction wasn't there. Everyone forgot how to be social creatures, which humans are. And they forgot how to treat people because they were only treating, they were texting, but it was, and FaceTiming and Zooming, but really it was whoever was in your house was the only people you had contact with for most of quarantine. So in my opinion, I feel like we need to get back to not even what it was before COVID. Like, I think we're learning, and I think the service industry is definitely in a better place after COVID in other ways, where people are starting to, it's this huge, cancel Karens culture, I guess, if you want to call it that way. Like, some people feed into them and they want them to do that. Other ones are like, I don't want to be a Karen, so I'm going to be as nice as possible and accommodate.
Yeah.
Which I can understand, but we're definitely learning. But just because you're learning doesn't mean you're putting that knowledge into effect.
Sure. Now, would you say that with I guess we can call it Karenism, do you think there's more of like an atmosphere for, let's say, a Karen in like the service industry? Do you think they're more aware of, like, let's say you have
they're more aware of everything in the service. Karens, definitely, the service industry is like their home.
Which is weird because I would feel that the amount of videos, the amount of negative publicity Karens, quote unquote, get, you would think that there would be less of them.
No, I think they feed off of it.
Okay.
I 100% think they feed off of it. They love the energy and the publicity they get, negative or positive, because their mentality is always they're right and they're down to argue about it.
Yeah, I can see
So
that.
when the negative publicity, that is where they thrive. They want to argue. They want to have the clap back and all of that.
Yeah.
Because realistically, they think they know better than everyone in the industry. I just had one like 3 weeks ago. Tried to explain to me what was in a certain drink. I don't remember what the drink was. And I was like, that's not true. And she proceeded to try and argue with me for 5 minutes. And I was like, here, do me a favor. Look it up on Google.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm not going to argue with you anymore. If you disagree with me, I would like you to look it up on Google.
And prove me wrong. Yeah.
I'll make whatever she wants, but I don't want to serve a product that someone is not going to like. That is always because
totally
one, it wastes my product.
Dude, you make really good drinks anyways.
But it wastes my product. So why would I? Okay, I waste the money on that. I lose out on someone else buying that. I lose out on the liquor. And she won't like it. I know she won't like it because the combination she was throwing at me was just so outlandish. Like, it didn't even make sense. But then she looks it up. She goes, "Oh, you were right. But I still want it this way." I'm like, "Do you really? Before I make this, because you are putting together savory, sweet, salty, all in the same drink." And she's like, "Yeah." I give it to her. They leave, half the drink's untouched.
Yeah, because this is what you do. Like
Reap what you sow. I mean, you wanted to create that really shitty cocktail.
Yeah.
Fine, but drink it. You paid for it, because she didn't ask me to take it off the bill or anything. It was just like,
yeah.
Why argue with someone who this is their career?
Does that happen often?
What?
Like, someone walks up, they go, "All right, I want this way," and then you're like, "I don't know about that,"
And they're like, "I do." Yeah.
and then
It happens not often, but like decently.
Now, would you say? Well, let's just say out of 10. How often do those people not like the drink that was just made for them? Then
7 or 8 out of 10.
really,
Like, a lot of them will just stomach it because of pride.
yeah,
I get that. When I mess up, pride.
yeah,
I'll eat it. If it's not good, I'll drink it. I'll eat it, whatever it may be. But they're my favorite thing. So going off of people not knowing what they're drinking,
yeah.
this is one of my biggest pet peeves in this entire industry. Can I get a Tito's and vodka? Let me see your ID.
Oh, dude,
ID right now. I don't.
Yep.
You will not say another word until I get that ID.
I saw that TikTok.
And then I will see everyone else's IDs that will be around you, because if you're asking for a Tito's and vodka, there are two things. You are flabbergastedly fucked up, or you're underage.
Is it always those two, or do you just have like an idiot that's just like doesn't understand?
There's sometimes the idiots, but 9 times out of 10, it's one of those two reasons.
Dude, I've seen those TikToks on like 4 separate occasions. It's always the same thing.
I get a Tito's and vodka?
And they go, "ID."
Now.
Or you're cut off. You're done.
You're done.
And it's always one of those two situations, because like at first I'm like, Tito's and vodka, that doesn't make sense. And then I understand. I'm like,
is
oh,
a
it's
vodka.
the same thing. It's literally the same exact thing.
So the one day, me being tired of people's bullshit, I decided, "Oh, you want Tito's and vodka?" And the lady a double shot of Tito's on the rocks. She goes, "That's not what I wanted." I said, "You said a Tito's and vodka." I got you Tito's
And vodka.
and vodka with ice.
It's literally exactly what you ordered.
You asked. "Oh, well, can I get that?" And I'm like, "Now you know what you want to order?"
Mm-hmm.
You were looking shit up on your phone when I walked away. Interesting. Dude, I love that. "Can I get a green sneaker shot? Can I get a surfer on acid? Dirty bong water?"
What is what? What
Oh,
are
dude.
These are drinks?
It's like people just look up. Oh, dude, what was it? There's a rusty screwdriver.
I've heard of that one.
There's, what was one that we were just making? It was Drunken Monkeys we were making the other week.
I heard that through the other bar the other day.
I made so many cherry bombs last night.
What are cherry bombs?
Literally cherry vodka and Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like, I made so many of them last night. What else did I make a lot?
I made cherry bombs.
High Noons, which are just cans, but
yeah.
after a while, cans and bottles hurt the hell out of your hands.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Opening them, like, dude, I bite my nails. It's a terrible habit. But when I try to get under the can, like, I've had to use, so you can open a can with another can, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, if you just prop it and pop.
Mm-hmm.
But for like 5 or 6 cans last night, I used a bottle opener. And I never do that. I usually just switch fingers and go to and open it with another part of my nail, whatever nail's longer, just to prop it. But then, like, if you see, no, my thumb is healing, but like right here, you see how it's red?
Yeah, I see your
For
thumb,
the past like 2 weeks, I've had cuts there from bottles, just because when I'm opening them, or like my hands are wet and I'm opening them.
It's quick.
Well, when my hands are wet and I go to pop it, and I have the cap, it like slices just the top layer of my skin. It doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
It's just the top layer of my skin going away. I was a bar back last night. I dishwashed. I did bartended. I sliced both. I carved both the prime rib and the eye round for each party, upstairs and down. I bust people's tables. I help them serve. Like, it's just
Yeah.
that's what you do to run a business. Like, plain and simple.
That's wild.
You do anything to get that business through a night.
Yeah, that's one of the things I did want to talk to you about is like sorry.
There's a hole in my lip. Sorry.
You can move the microphone around too. Like, you don't have to.
No. This is exactly where I wanted it to be.
All right, perfect.
I just completely missed my mouth for like good, like 2 ounces.
You heard it here, folks. He missed his mouth.
There's a hole in my lip.
How fucked up would it be if like you were like no bullshit, there was a hole and then you have like, a gauge in there like 3 days later?
No. Gauges. Hot take. Actually, not that hot of a take anymore. Gauges are fucking gross.
I don't know.
In some occasions, they make sense, but not this big on your ear. Sorry.
See, my only thing with those is like I feel like when they're that big, like, aren't you worried about like your ear like dangling?
I'm more so concerned about what if it falls out.
Or what if like someone like puts like a lock in it? You never thought about that?
No,
Every time I
I've
see someone with a
100%
gauge,
thought
I'm
about
just like, what if I had like a lock on me?
No, I've really thought about like if they have really big gauges on each side, just grabbing 2 locks, locking one of them together, just locking both
I think
ears
it'd be so
together.
funny.
Because then literally their head would just go.
I would never do it, but so now.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either.
Oh my God, Cody. So when now you're there, like 6-7 days of the week, right?
Like 5 to 6, not always. 7s are like summer. We've done 7s. Like me and Nick have worked almost like there was times where we worked almost a month straight.
Jesus Christ.
Like there was 21 day, there was 18 days. One of the last days of that 18 was a 20-hour day.
Was that the day you were up? Yeah, that you had that outing.
Well, my bartender, I was up. My bev cart didn't show up, so I had to be there at 6:30.
Yep.
Got there, worked all day. We had parties, golf outings, regular bar business, and then I worked that night. I helped him with a wedding he had, and then I was also downstairs bartending. Not bartending, but helping out the bar, and then just managing. And it was just, dude, by the end of that shift, I literally contemplated just absolutely murking someone. I was just like, anyone that would have caused me a problem that night, it might have been hands.
That bar, dude.
It might have been hands.
Oh my God, dude, I would have actually hated my life because like there's days that like I've opened, and I'm there till like 8 or 9 o'clock, and I hate every single human being that walks into that place.
8 or 9 o'clock versus 3 or 4 in the morning.
No, dude, trust me, and that's only like
it sucks.
like a 12, 13 hour shift.
Like dude, that's every Friday and Saturday for me. Is it 12 to 14?
No, dude, I can't do that. And a lot of the time, I'm on my feet the whole time of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's and I know I'm preaching to the choir.
No, I get it.
But it's like when it's like you're leaving, then that guy that just yo Matt, like bro, please don't touch.
It's like shut the fuck up.
Please don't touch me.
Just get out of my face. Like
so
one of my regulars, we're sitting at the bar and me and Nick are having a drink after work, just chilling. We're counting the bartender's money. We're just doing other stuff like that. And then one of my regulars walks into the bar like 1:50. I'm like, bro, we've been closed. Like, it's the same. We close the same time every weekend that you come in every goddamn weekend. You know. And then he proceeded to ask me what time y'all are closed. I'm like, brother, you're here
like 20 minutes ago
every weekend. We close at 1. He walked in at 1:50. The doors happened to be open because we didn't think anyone was going to be coming in. We just didn't unlock the doors. We're still doing, like, getting beer. We're cleaning up the ashtrays and the cigarette butts all around the building. Just cleaning up around. And I'm just like, really?
Oh, my God.
And he's cool. He was like, my bad. I just woke up. I'm like,
you just woke up?
Wait, what? Apparently, he said he was trying to take a nap before going out tonight and just never woke up after work. I mean, I get that. A nap after work and then you're going to go out and have some fun. But brother, you're not going to sleep now.
Oh God.
Like if you think about it, he went to bed probably at 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
and now it's 1:50 in the morning. Almost 2 o'clock. Like
I just love how someone goes, it's 1:50. I'm going to go out now. Like most bars close at 2 anyways.
Yeah, you'd have to go to Valley Forge. Or a nightclub down in Philly.
That's true. You would.
They're the only 2 places that would stay open. Because a lot of the bars around here switched to
1
1 after COVID
Yeah.
because the 1 to 2 and then that 2 to 3. So you give people 30 minutes to an hour to get out of the building.
Yeah.
So that 1 to 2 is where like 1 to 1:30 is that after we close 30 minutes you guys got to get out of the building. But it used to be 2 to 2:30.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which nothing good happens if people are still drinking into that time of the night. That's why we went back. We're not losing out on a lot of money. We just moved our bands back. Instead of 9 to 1, we're 8 to 12.
Yep.
On most bands, besides some of the ones that we put outside, like Triple Rail Turn, Shot of Southern, which is next week. No, yeah, we don't need to talk about it any more than that. Any more than that, we're good.
Yeah.
But that extra hour, regardless of where you are, whether it's you close at 12, you close at 2, and you used to close at 3, or you used to close at 2, and now you close at 1, it was so much extra bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you get that extra hour of drinking. That extra hour does not make that much money.
Well, I remember those days, like, and I was young too.
And I'm just telling people, get the fuck out of my bar.
So what can people do that are coming into bars or that are patrons that can make not only their experience better, but your guys' experience just equally? Because I feel like if they're
be nice and listen to your bartenders or servers if you're at a table.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we have your best interests at heart for 2 reasons. One, you're a human being. You're a customer. We want to see you guys get home safe. We want to see you have a good time and not get into any bullshit.
Yeah.
2, we have your best interests at heart because we want to make the money off of you.
Sure.
I will 100% agree.
Everyone will say that. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a nice person. I'm a good guy. But when I used to bartend, a lot of conversations I had were strictly because I was making money off of you.
Yeah. It's sales.
It's sales and it's business.
That's just bottom line. Yeah.
I always enjoyed the conversation. I'm not saying I ever did not enjoy the conversation. Even if it really wasn't a conversation I wanted to be a part of, I still enjoyed it because I was still bartending, still having fun, still serving people. I loved it. I love bartending.
Yeah.
Bartending over serving any day of the week. So much. In my opinion, I love showing the skill of the bartending. But just because like I can have fun, I can do stupid stuff. You can have a little bit of flair. You don't have to like I can flair bartend to an extent. I don't. You just do the simplest shit and boom, people love it.
Yeah.
Like I was working on a trick when I was working upstairs for a while just to be fun. And also I'm young. Like it's easy enough to be in that mode when you're a younger person.
Yeah.
When you get into the industry bartending for 10, 12, 15, 20 years, usually you're just speed efficiency. You talk a little bit, but you just head down and go.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. My head down and go mode, I'm faster than most. It is not humble at all. I will brag about it. But I still like to have a little bit of flair and fun. Sorry, I'm just
No, you're fine, dude. Bro, you
fix your products.
You were really just struggling today, aren't you?
Dude, it's been rough.
And I'm telling you, I know that outlet works because like my laptop is currently charging. That's wild. So when you're bartending, right?
Fuck Apple.
How'd you forget to charge it last night? Did you
I
just
didn't.
not plug it in?
No, it was on the plug. Just didn't charge.
I think something with your port then, buddy.
Yeah, it's probably linty as hell.
Yeah. Because I know in your car when you try to put the Apple Play on.
Well, it
You
hasn't
moved
been
it a
doing that. It wasn't doing that for a while, and then it just started. So it probably means I have a lot of lint in the port.
Yeah, that was my issue a while back.
You know they sell cases that just plug the port, so you don't get lint in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's like just like that case, but it has a little pouch.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it just plugs in, and it like exactly like a cord would, and it locks in.
I'm gonna have to get one of those, or I definitely need to get like a life-proof case. That's one of the things on my list.
Dude, I launched my phone into my car the one day, literally into my trunk. I don't remember. Just work shit. I was just like, I got a call while I was doing something else, and I was just like, oh, well, fuck this. Luckily, I took all the tools that I had in my car out.
Oh yeah, was that from the whole
Alternator.
Yeah, yeah.
But regardless, you were asking me a question.
Um,
Bartending something.
yeah,
along
no.
the
So,
lines.
so when you're bartending, right, and things are just heated, like what is your best way? And I feel like there's a lot of people out there, not just me, not just you, and not even just like someone like Anthony, who's I know listens to this. What would you say to someone who is either new to the industry, who is finding a lot of like very frustrated, finding a lot of stress into it? What would you say to that person that's kind of coming into the industry, trying to make money?
Find calm in the chaos.
Okay,
Dude, I love this industry through and through. It is something I've done my entire life. Find calm in the chaos. It's the only way to do it. Now I thrive in the chaos. There used to be times where I was younger, couldn't get through some nights without being like, what the fuck?
yeah,
But then it came to a point where I was like, you find calm in the chaos, dude. Like, I have ADHD. My brain works on chaotic mode, and I'm going and going and going. Where when it's chaotic, I can literally just hunker down, and it is everything I'm thinking at one shot, just going.
yeah,
That's why I'm so good. Like, when I hop behind the bar to help them, 90% of the time I'll just do service bar where I'm getting server tickets.
yeah,
Because there's two or three reasons for that. One, the bar makes their money off of the people sitting at it or standing behind the people sitting at it, like the people that come up to the bar. Why should one of my bartenders who is trying to make the money tonight do the service bar when I'm back there? I'll do the service bar. Y'all make your money at the bar. I'll do all the tickets.
No, I like that. That's actually really good. I didn't know that you just worked just the service bar.
Most of the time, like
That probably helps them out a lot, too.
Last night I didn't, because it was mostly bar business and not as much service bar.
Yeah, I did notice that you were right. We were busy. I would probably say around like 7.
You had a nice
7:30.
dinner rush.
Yeah, and then I would say afterwards, then it was because when I left, because I was volleying. When I left, it was for the kitchen
Dead. For the bar, busy as fuck.
Well, when I
We were
walked out of
packed.
there, I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Like, we had cars parked up the
I
road.
know. I saw
and
that
like
when I left.
Big Romeo was the band last night. They're a phenomenal band. They used to play at the Trap right before COVID. They don't really play anywhere else that's super local.
Nice.
But once Trap stopped doing music, they didn't have them back, and we
Why do I
were
feel
trying to
like-
get them there for a long time.
Why do I feel like every band that plays at Creekside for a while then becomes big?
Not
I don't
all
know.
bands.
I feel like
we catch a lot of people on the upswing.
okay.
We catch a lot of bands in the upswing. Shout out Southern. We built a lot of their clientele.
I know
there.
that for a fact.
Triple
yeah.
Rail Turn already had a clientele, but it wasn't local to us.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they were busy from the start. Like, not crazy busy, but they were busy. Now when you say their name at our bar, we get mobbed.
Every single time.
Now,
Every time.
like, Big Romeo really starting to build a crowd with us, where they had 2 years of not playing in the area.
Yeah.
So it takes about a year for them to start getting the recognition again.
Sure.
Any band.
Yeah.
Any band at all. It takes you about a year to build a clientele where you are local.
Yeah.
A year and a half to 2 years, depending on what kind of music you listen to. Where they play greatest hits of every genre from the 70s till now. They play literally everything. Even Lizzo. I hate Lizzo.
Dude, so do I. Sorry, Molly. She's gonna.
You don't even understand, bro. I
Yeah.
listen to Lizzo every single weekend from
Yep.
every band almost.
Well, there's a lot of songs I can't listen to anymore.
Don't Stop Believing. Don't Stop Believing could literally stop
Yep.
living.
September. Do you remember
No, stop. No.
the 21st night?
You know what
of
really is
September?
sad?
What?
Artists and bands who genuinely should never be ruined. They are one of the best artists of any generation. Where you talk about Journey, you talk about Whitney Houston, you talk about Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Mm-hmm.
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Like, some of the greatest artists across generations. Half of their songs get ruined for me.
Yeah.
Dude, Queen,
Oh yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Dust,
Another one bites the dust.
Close. Fat Bottom Girls is a close one where it can get annoying for me.
Yeah.
But
a lot of these songs get ruined
because people overplay them, and they're
Yeah.
coming back, and kids that are our age are just finding out about them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're playing them and playing them and playing them and playing them and playing them. And listen, it's what most of us grew up with our dads or moms or whatever playing that music.
I was Bon Jovi and all that kind of Billy Joel and everything. That's what I grew up with.
Country roads could literally just go down a country road and never
Wait, you
return.
mean country roads,
Take
me home.
Yeah. It's.
So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it.
yeah.
Valerie, the song Valerie, could literally just
Oh, I thought
disintegrate into dust and just then get jarred up,
I thought you were
tossed
like,
into the
yeah.
ocean, and just never be seen again.
Yikes. So switching gears. 'Cause I know you and I we had this massive debate.